Oh my god. I thought those were stairs. Can't see shit. Blended. Okay. I've had so many issues with my goddamn mic not working on my laptop. And I can't figure out I can't figure out how to watch SmackDown today. I can't figure it out. But I watched AEW yesterday. I took notes, and I ain't gonna let them go to waste because I went through the shit. It's not that in depth, but this show was ass. So let's get on with it. Number one, we start out with Brian Cage versus Will Ospreay. Now this match was pretty decent for what it was. They were fighting because last week Ospreay and Kenny Omega were attacked by the Don Callis family in a very long, drawn-out, beat-em-up brawl segment that was just for them to Ospreay and Kenny Omega to get together. Even though literally right before the brawl started, Kenny Omega tells Ospreay that he will never trust him, and he's just as bad as Don Callis. But as soon as the brawl's over and they win, we're gonna fight at Grand Slam. Me and Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher and Takanoshi Takeshita. Stupid. Who cares? So, pretty standard for the first parts of it. We start with the reveal that Kenny Omega has been beaten up, and Callis is yelling at Ospreay to look at the screen. As he's doing that, Brian Cage attacks him. I know, riveting. Who would have thunk? The heels cheated. Alright, the match picks up later on. Ospreay hits some kind of flying maneuver. I don't remember what it was. To the outside. Then they battle. They battle around on the outside a bit. Something pretty cool happens where Ospreay goes for a flying DDT off from the railing, and he gets caught in the suplex position. And Brian Cage walks around the whole ring, and then does a suplex. It was a pretty cool display of power from Cage. While Ospreay is on the ground, he's getting beat up by Callis and friends, while Cage is distracting the ref. And then he goes and throws him back in. While back in the ring, Ospreay regains control a little bit, hits a couple flying moves, but then match starts coming near the end. He goes to the turnbuckle. Brian Cage goes up to the turnbuckle, grabs him, and hits a middle rope F5, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool looking. Brian Cage is cool. Like, he's big. You know, like, he's just boring. Like, I don't know. He's like, if he had something to his power, like, some kind of personality, I don't know, like, I don't know what he has to do, but he's just boring to watch, even though he does pretty cool moves. Anyway, fucking Ospreay no-sells that, and gets up, and he hits his finisher, and wins. I forgot what his finisher is. And then right after the match, Callis and friends start beating him up, and they jump him. So it's 4-on-1 until Kenny Omega comes out, and he also gets beaten up. Then they leave. This is to get heat on Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher for their match at Grand Slam. I don't care. 7 out of 10. A predictable segment. Who cares? I mean, other than the match, how the match is going to be good, who cares? I don't know. He's like, if he had something to his power, like some kind of personality, I don't know, like, I don't know what he has to do, but he's just boring to watch, even though he does pretty cool moves. Anyway, fucking Ospreay no-sells that, and gets up, and he hits his finisher, and wins. I forgot what his finisher is. And then right after the match, Callis and friends start beating him up, and they jump him. So it's 4-on-1 until Kenny Omega comes out, and he also gets beaten up. And then they leave. This is to get heat on Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher for their match at Grand Slam. I don't care. 7 out of 10. A predictable segment. Who cares? Other than the match, how the match is going to be good, who cares about anything else right now? Then MJF is interviewed by my wife, Renee Paquette.
Oh, sorry, love. ADD. How I feel tonight, I'm not going to let anybody, nobody, ruin my mood tonight, right? Tonight I get to prove that my words aren't just beautiful poetry. No, no. They're prophecy. See, last week, Double J, I told you that sometimes you're better off making a deal with the devil than you are defying him. And tonight you're going to learn that the hard way. Because tonight you are going to have to go out there alone and face one of the most dangerous men AEW has to offer in half man, half horse, Claudio Castagnoli. And that's all because of your narcissism, Jeff, because you refused my sweethearted offer. But I got a new offer for you tonight, Jeff, and unfortunately for you, it's one you can't decline. And it goes something like this, Double J. The last outlaws, last ride. Hang on, right?
He says a bunch of nothing. He's interviewed about Double J, Jeff Jarrett, a 57-year-old man who has done nothing in his career but politic his way to success. Held TNA hostage for like 5-6 years. Continued to put himself above every other talent, including the greatness that was AJ Styles. I don't even remember what MJF said. I literally don't remember. Probably just, I guess, yeah, I don't remember what he said at all. So, move on. Oh yeah, I think he's talking about, I don't remember. I'll try to remember. I don't remember what it is, dude. Up next we have Jeff Jarrett versus Cesaro, aka Claudio Cassidy, or Castagnoli. He attempts to end the match early with his finisher into like a back body drop or whatever. Then Jarrett ends up putting a knee bar on Claudio, but he rolls out the ring. He's out there for like 20 years. After the break, we are in a sharpshooter battle, and the heels inevitably begin to cheat when Wheeler Yuta throws a chair in. I'm skipping over like the whole match. I don't even remember it because like it was just boring, bro. I didn't care. The chair, so Yuta throws a chair in, tries to distract Jeff Jarrett. It fails. Claudio tries to use the chair and he misses. But then Jon Moxley gets in and hits Dirty Deeds. And Claudio delivers 2 Norwegians for the W. 3 out of 10. It was a pretty shit match. The only reason I'm giving it a 3 is because of the sexiness, the gorgeous Marina Shafir looking damn good tonight, as she always does. Then MJF comes out to talk shit to Jeff Jarrett, and he just goes, "I just wanted to tell you," and boom, and he hits him and knocks him down. And then he leaves the ring. Who gives a shit, bro? Commentators call him scum, and the crowd appears to be uninterested other than to boo MJF because Wall Bounce, aka Ricochet, about his issues with Swerve Strickland, stick drift. He says he is glad to have him out of his hair tonight after stealing his hype man's lunch money last week and a god-awful segment. He's fucking, last week Swerve was in a match and Ricochet came down with the scissors. His hype man chased him down with a pipe only to be countered by Ricochet at some point, and Ricochet had him at these crates with the scissors at his throat, talking shit about Swerve Strickland. So this week Swerve is mad. There's something here with Ricochet. It's just the schoolyard bully shit is just not it, bro. It ain't gonna work. This fucking, like, he's got a pair of scissors, bro. He's holding niggas hostage with a pair of scissors. I'll come up in a bit, because the next match is Wall Bounce versus AR Fox. Have you ever heard a more jobberish name than that? So Fox gains an early advantage. A pretty cool spinning fisherman suplex that I think should be a finisher. It looks pretty cool. Ricochet tricks the crowd. So Ricochet is on the outside. Then AR Fox runs through the ropes for a suicide dive. Then he taunts. Then Ricochet gets up, gets advantage. Ends up going back. They're back in the ring. Then he throws him out. He throws AR Fox out the ring. And then Ricochet rebound, takes control with a standing moonsault, which looked pretty cool. And then the match starts to kind of pick up a little bit. It starts to heat up. when AR reverses an Irish whip into a double splash. They both run into each other. And AR starts picking up speed, hits an Izaguri into a great fisherman, but Ricochet kicks out at 2. And Fox follows up with then he puts Ricochet on turnbuckle. He grabs his arms and he hits a Alabama slam. And then he follows up with a standing cutter. It looked pretty cool. And then he goes to the turnbuckle and hits a 450. Oh man, the Ricochet kicked out at 2. The crowd starts heating up. Crowd likes it. They start chanting, "This is awesome." I don't think it was awesome, but the match was pretty good at this point. Rebound begins to counter. What I write here? Rico begins to counter by. That's what I wrote. Rico begins to counter by holding the ref. And when AR's trying to pull him back in the ring, then he gets off of him, hits a. It allows him to get off of him because he's on AR Fox's shoulders. So he gets off, then he hits a fucking knee buster or a knee face breaker. I forgot what it's called. Basically a single leg code breaker. And then he hits the spirit gun, which is a fucking like a running clothesline to a sitting opponent. And then he hits the Virgo, which is a fucking spinning Michinoku driver kind of for the W. First, he starts to pull out the scissors because AR Fox is like I guess he was a mentor to Swerve Strickland at some point. Swerve Strickland comes out to stop Ricochet, but Ricochet gets advantage by holding AR Fox hostage with the scissors. He's got him on the ground. He's got the scissors going because Swerve's about to jump on him, and it just looks retarded. He gets up the ring and he's literally holding this guy, walking backwards with the damn scissors to his throat. It's like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Next week, I think, is going to be Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet. So, the match quality should be good. I don't care about the storyline so far, but this is my first AEW or Dynamite show I've watched since the second episode ever. So, here's where we are. Then we get an interview with Jon Moxley with my wife once again. My wife Renee was all over this show, bro. I got everything from her, and she's interviewing him about why he's withholding the title from everybody because Jon Moxley is the world champion, and he is for some reason not showing the title off to us, and he has the title in a briefcase. Maurice Fuhrer holds his briefcase around, hauls it around, and it's got the title in it. Now Mox says a bunch of bullshit about like, why do you need to see it?
What do you need to see it? What do they need to see it? What do you need to see it? What do you want to get a look at it? You want to take a picture of it? It's a petting zoo? Is that what this is? Why do you need to see it? You don't know anything about it. You want to understand it at any level. You want to understand what a world championship means, what it's about, what it takes to be a champion, what it takes to climb a mountain. I am the AEW World Championship. I'm the living definition of that championship. You want to see it? It's right here. Take a look at it. This is the AEW World Championship. It lives here. It's not something you win. It's not something you hold. It's not something you show off. It's not something you hold up over your head. It's not something you post a picture with. It lives in here. It's got to be cultivated and grown. Forged in the white hot fires of combat, in the white hot fires of struggle. I'm trying to build 1,000 Jon Moxleys. I'm trying to backfill them behind me so I will put them through what I went through and worse. And that might not be pretty, that might be ugly, that might be uncomfortable, but that's the only way I know how to do it. That's the only way we know how to do it. That's the only way our generation knows how to do it. Struggle.
No one needs to see it. You need to have grit and all this. I don't know what he's saying. A bunch of random, stupid, dumb shit. Basically, we are not worthy to see the title. So thus, he keeps it in a briefcase. doing nothing with it. Bring it no prestige. This we gotta get the title off this guy ASAP. Get the title off him. Like, we're gonna have the world title in a damn briefcase. Like, what the fuck? It's retarded. We got this dude is hauling around. This dude is the world champion, hauling around the title in a briefcase, while him and his buddies go around just beating people up like schoolyard bullies. You see, this schoolyard bully shit. This is what heels do on AEW, and it's not good. This schoolyard bully shit is dumb. Like, like that's my main issue with this show. It's like the storylines are all basically people they're fighting to be better than the other person, or if it's over a title, it's just like he's holding the title in a damn briefcase because no one's worthy to see it. This shit is dumb. It's like, what the fuck are people fighting over? Ricochet is attacking people with scissors for what? Bro, shit dumb. Man. Then even worse than that, we get, and this hurts me because this man is like he was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I still got respect for him, but God, he does his best to take it away. Chris Jericho has a New York Minute with his learning tree. Big Cass, aka Big Bill now, and some other guy. I don't remember what his name is. Redwood. I guess his name is Redwood, I think. This shit sucks. I don't even remember. It was unbearable. I don't even remember what Jericho said. I think he was talking about how Big Bill fucked up and he failed to take out Powerhouse Hobbs. So Big Bill says he's going to destroy him. I think he's fighting Powerhouse Hobbs next week. And then we got Grand Slam in 2 weeks. Dumb segment. Just remembered I didn't give any context to who MJF and Jeff Jarrett are. Well, okay. Well, MJF is Maxwell Jacob Fried, and he has been feuding with Jeff Jarrett and bullying him and calling him old because he's a dick. He's really good on the mic. That's like all I know about him so far. Well, I've seen him have like a match or two. You know, he's pretty good, I guess. I don't know. All I know about MJF right now is he's good on the mic, and he is going to be in some movie. I think the next Scream. I don't remember. Something like that. Some movie. Anyway, our next matchup is Jay White versus Wheeler Yuta of the Death Riders. Death Riders is John Moxley's group. Him, Claudio, my third wife, Marina, and Wheeler Yuta. So Yuta attempts to cheat early on. So Jay White counters and tries to hit the switchblade off rip before the bells even rung. So Tony Schiavone and Taz disagree on Yuta's place in the Dick Rider. Basically, Taz thinks that Wheeler is a up-and-coming prospect, and John Moxley is gonna bring him to prominence. He's gonna bring that fire out of him. Well, Tony Schiavone believes that Yuta is being used and will be thrown away as if he's expendable by John Moxley, the dastardly heel that he is. Who cares? So they're both exploiting the leg. So luckily, at least they're selling things in this match. They're both selling the leg. They're both attacking the legs and going and selling it. And every other match, everyone's just no-sell everything and just did their finisher, and out of nowhere, that was it. They get to the top rope. White hits a big superplex on Yuta. Yuta kicks out. Yuta kicks out because they were selling the leg and it hurt them both. And so it's tough for him to get out. Tough for him to get covered. I forgot the rest of this match. I remember the ending, what I got here. Jay White counters a Busaiku knee. Okay, so when they got to the feet, or Yuta got to his feet first, he went to the turnbuckle, he went to the corner, went for a Busaiku knee, but it was countered into a Blade Runner, and that's it. Jay White wins the match. Then he gets jumped by the Dick Riders. I gave it a 5 out of 10. This match is, I mean, good ring work, but I just did not care about the match at all. And while Jay White is getting beat up, Edge, Adam Copeland, aka now Cope. He's got to cope with how bad that name is. Cope. Come on, dude. Him and the Revival come out, and then Dax Harwood. They save Jay White, and then Dax Harwood cuts a promo, a really bad promo, and he challenges fucking the Dick Riders, Yuta and Claudio, to a Mid-South street fight, whatever that is. Let me get a video package about Toni Storm's 1000 IQ play of tricking Mariah May with a horrible amnesia gimmick she's been doing for the last last month or so. Yeah, they will fight at Grand Slam for the AEW Women's World Championship. Well, I mean, Toni Storm is really, really good. She'll probably win it. I like what I see in Mariah May, but I mean, she cuts really bad promos. I guess let's go Toni Storm. Then we get Mariah May has an interview, and she cuts it early to cut a terrible promo about how she's better than Toni Storm, I think.
A metamorphosis of timeless Toni Storm, who you will be defending your championship against at Grand Slam Australia. You seemed visibly shaken, Mariah. We're doing this? Playing Toni Storm, the return of Toni Storm? This isn't real, Renee. None of this is real. Toni Storm is not real!
The fans disagree.
You want to play the role of Toni Storm? Okay, why don't you play the Toni Storm who gave her heart to a woman who used her for her gold? No. Why don't you play the Toni Storm whose most memorable moment was bleeding and crying in my hands? Why don't you play the Toni Storm who walked out of Wembley Stadium and Japan and Mexico because she couldn't touch me? You can play whatever Toni Storm you'd like. The ending stays the same. I don't need to roleplay because when you're this good, you don't change a thing.
I don't remember what she said, but essentially that's what it was. Then we get a really cool video package for the Hurt Syndicate. In the Hurt Syndicate, they just won the tag titles last week. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin. Amazing talents. We already know how great they are. Led by MVP. Dude, the Hurt Syndicate's awesome. They just go out there, hurt people, win titles. I love it. Put Ricochet with it. Ricochet needs them. This schoolyard shit he's doing, horrible. But he attacked Swerve Strickland 2 weeks ago with the scissors and he had him bleeding. Shows that he likes to hurt people too. Put him with the Hurt Syndicate. He will do amazing in the Hurt. Then we get the main event: Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks, versus Yuka Sasaki. Yuka is very cute. She's like the most adorable fucking woman you'll ever see, bro. She's so cute and adorable, man. I like her. I had a lot of fun for this match. I liked her. I want to see more of her. Hopefully, maybe they'll do something with a storyline with her, but probably not. All right, so Mercedes comes out first, even though she's the champion. She comes out first for some reason to horrible theme music. She has like 15 belts that no one cares about. She's like some ROH champion, some Japanese champion, some other champion, some European champion, and the AEW TBS champion. And this match is for that championship, the AEW TBS championship. Like, this belt collector gimmick is like, it doesn't work to me. If she was collecting belts within AEW, it'd be different. But she's out there getting belts from these other companies and these promotions that no one knows about or cares about or will ever go watch. So, like, who cares if she has all these belts? She's so overrated, bro. See, she's some people's GOAT, too. There's people that I respect saying she's the greatest female talent ever. Stop the glazing. Stop right there, bro. Y'all are out of your mind, dude. Like, what? Greatest female to ever. She's not even at Alexa Bliss level, let alone a Charlotte Flair. God damn. Like, what? I mean, do I even have to say Trish? Come on, man. Anyway. Both women hit shoulder charges. First, Monet, who's actually bigger than Yuka, and she's usually the smaller opponent in the match, so this is different for her. She has to be a powerhouse. She shoulder charges Yuka to the ground, does some dumb TikTok dance. Then Yuka does the same to her and mocks her dance and does it better and sexier. And then smiles at her. I love her. I love Yuka, bro. Love. She's very expressive, man. And she even takes advantage by getting to the outside. And she attacks Monet on the outside a bit. Monet's like fucking yelling at her because she mocked her. Yuka counters her, throws her to the table or something. Then she goes back into the ring, and she's looking to do like a drop kick from the ring to the outside. But Monet rolls away before she can do it. And then Yuka just fucking stands on the ropes, crosses her arms, and has like a pouty face. Like, dude, I love this woman, man. It's adorable, man. So then, a little bit into the match, when Monet's back in the ring, Yuka's attempting a springboard drop kick, but she botches. And she bounces on the bottom rope, middle rope, gets to the top, slides right back down. And then you see Monet standing there, like, oh, she's ready to go down, and she's like, oh. And Taz is like, do it again, it's okay, do it again. And she does it again, and this time, like, she bounces on the bottom rope, bounce on the middle, and then she like literally gets to the top, and then like doesn't even bounce. She doesn't even bounce from the middle to the top. She just like puts her foot on the top and then like pulls herself up, and then just like she's like, oh, I fucked up the springboard, so I'm not gonna do it again. She just literally just climbs up and does it, and it took forever. It looked hilarious. It was like the funniest botch I've seen in a minute, bro. Then she takes control of the match again. Tries to hit some kind of spinning hammerlock throw. I don't know what it is. Like, she puts a hammerlock around the opponent, and she picks her up on one shoulder, and then spins around and throws. But Monet countered by landing on her feet, and then she tried to go for her finisher, the Moneymaker. But Yuka countered, and then rolled off her back, and just kind of like looked at her like, ha! Like, I love Yuka, bro. She's like, ha, you ain't getting me. Like, no, or like a no thing. And then she kicks Monet in the face. Then she hits it. I don't know what she calls it, but she hits the little spinning hammerlock thing. Goes for a pin. 1, 2, Monet kicks out. And then after that, this shit is pretty much over. Or Monet throws her to the corner. Or no, she throws Monet to the corner. Then she runs to the corner. Monet hits her with an elbow. Monet hits her with an elbow. And then she gets behind her, does a backstabber, rolls that into the bank statement. They call it the statement of statements here or something like that. And then she's trying to go for a submission. She gets rolled into a pin. She kicks out at 2. And then we get the end of the match. Monet kicks her in the gut, does a power bomb, then gets her up for the Moneymaker. Boom, 1, 2, 3. Mercedes Monet retains the TBS Championship. I give this match a 7 out of 10. I kind of want to give it an 8 out of 10 because I really like Yuka. I really do really like Yuka. But yeah. I'll give it a 8. I'll give it a, I don't know, 7.5. I'll give it a 7.7 out of 10. I really like Yuka. I like to see more of her in the storyline, like I said. Monet, I don't like her, but she wrestled a pretty good match. And she usually always wrestles a pretty good match, but GOAT, I mean, come on, guys. That's just crazy. She's not even, like I said, not even an Alexa Bliss. And these titles are retarded, bro. Having like 4 titles is stupid. Three of these that don't even matter. Like, come on, man. Anyway, this show was a miss for me. 4 out of 10. After coming back for so long, I haven't watched AEW since the 2nd episode ever. And this was a horrible show. It was a miss. It was pretty lackluster overall. The promos really sucked. What little of them they were, because this whole show was just get to the next wrestling match. And then, although the wrestling, was pretty good, I just don't care about it because there's nothing going. There's no storyline or that I care about or that makes sense. I don't care about anything that's going on. There's nothing that captivated me, that made me want to come back next week. It's boring, other than Yuka and the Will Ospreay match. I didn't really care about anything. And also, fucking Chris Jericho, Jeff Jarrett, retire. It's time for y'all to retire. They are sucking the life out of every show they're on. Like, get this guy out. Jeff Jarrett wants a last run because John Cena's having one. You're not John Cena. Get retired, bro. Get this shit over with. Anyway, I'm gonna be out here. This was the review for AEW Dynamite, January 31st, 2025, or 29th, 2025. This show sucked. I will see y'all for a review of Royal Rumble tomorrow. So, yeah. Thanks for joining me. Well, I guess hearing this if you do. Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe. And y'all have a good night. Thanks for joining me.